Good morning from beautiful Sydney. It's a cloudy day here. Not many people on the street, eh? So I pretty much forgot to film today's breakfast. We're starting with wholemeal toast. We've got this whole loaf of wholemeal sourdough with some sauerkraut and hummus. Such a good combo. Delicious breakfast. This is, well, I'm not gonna say day one of isolation because we're not legally isolated. We just have to be trying to isolate. But yeah, we've been here. Bless you. We've been here since yesterday at home doing nothing. But yeah, hummus and sauerkraut over wholemeal bread. That's breakfast.
How is it?
It's so good, but you shouldn't be so close. No. So good. So it is lunchtime. We've been all day home, of course, because it's self-isolation time, I guess. After that breakfast, we actually have 3 pieces of toast each, just because we almost forgot to film the breakfast. So it is pretty late. I think it's almost 2 p.m. and we are already hungry. So I think there's a noise outside. I don't even know what it is. So I'm gonna make some pasta. We have the Instant Pot, so we're just gonna make it all in here. Yeah, just basically whatever I've got on hand, just a few veggies, in tomato sauce, and that's about it. Just follow through the recipe. So I've just turned the Instant Pot on the saute option. We've got it on high at the moment. Obviously you can always change it. I'm gonna try cook no oil, although I am using sun-dried tomatoes, which are marinated in oil, but I'll try to like squeeze them as much as I can, so there's pretty much no oil on this recipe. And I'm just gonna add my onion and garlic first. So we're just gonna let it warm up and start sauteing. But I am gonna add around a teaspoon of salt just to help the veggies sweat a little bit. You can already hear the veggies sizzling. That's great. Alright, let's just wait a little bit until they saute. I'm gonna start with my sun-dried tomatoes. I'm gonna use very little, like, I don't know, around 2 maybe or 3 max. Alright, finely chopped. Just gonna keep moving my onion and garlic until it becomes pretty much translucent. And then we'll add the rest of the veggies. We're gonna add the sun-dried tomatoes and the carrots. So I just chopped them here like in little squares, but if you can shred it, it'll be way better. I'm just gonna add a touch of water. Just keep mixing until it incorporates. You can deglaze the pan with the little bit of water that you just added, and then the temperature will just drop and it just starts sweating way better. Alright, so I've got around 2 to 3 cups of chopped mushrooms. I'm just gonna add everything. You can add as much or as little as you like. Honestly, it's really up to you. We just really like mushrooms, and they cook down a lot, so they're pretty much disappear. So I want to add a lot so we don't miss them later on. Alright. Oh, holy shit. Never mind. That's alright. It's alright. I know what I'm doing most of the time. So maybe just 1 more teaspoon of salt. At this point, we've only added salt for seasoning. I really like to just keep it simple with the veggies, and then when they're all cooked down, I start adding all of my condiments. Alright, so we're gonna add some red wine to this recipe. I mean, if you don't like red wine for some weird reason, I guess you could add white wine, but with the red sauce, I always find that red wine works best. So use any red wine you like. My only tip for you is use a wine that you would drink. so maybe just like half a cup to a cup of wine. So it smells pretty good at the moment. As you can see, there's not much wine left in there. I mean, there is a little bit, but it's fine. It's getting there. It's evaporating. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start adding my seasoning. So as I said before, we're gonna start with basil or basil. I don't know, however you want to pronounce it, whatever. Who knows what the right thing to do is. And I'm gonna be adding like that much. I guess you could say that's about a tablespoon of basil, however. I'm also gonna be adding some oregano or oregano, whatever. Oregano, like we say in Spanish. I'll be adding a little bit less, maybe like a heaped teaspoon. We're gonna add some garlic powder, the star of the show in any Italian dish. I would say, personally, I love garlic. I didn't have much fresh garlic, that's what I added. That's what I'm gonna add, a lot of powdered garlic or dry garlic, whatever. Like that much. That's probably a very, very full teaspoon. We're gonna add some cracked pepper, or you can crack some in here, maybe like that much. A heaped teaspoon, or maybe even a tablespoon if you'd like. I just like adding more pepper at the end, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. And I'm gonna add some ground paprika. First, I'm gonna add all of my tomato sauce. You can make your own if you like. Ain't nobody got time for that here, so that's what I'm doing. So a little bit more salt. We won't be adding any sugar at this point, just because we're trusting the carrots are gonna give it the sweetness that it needs. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be adding the pasta. So I'm gonna be adding 500 grams of spaghetti. Feel free to do any pasta that you like. This is organic spaghetti from Coles. Normally we get whole wheat, but you know, apocalypse seems to be coming and everyone's going crazy and panicking and overbuying, so there wasn't any at the store, so gotta work with what you've got. And I'm gonna be adding the boiling water. Now, you can add regular water if you like. It's just gonna take more time. I'm going to add some nutritional yeast. And basically what I'm doing is trying to mix it up really well. As you can see, it's a little bit liquidy, so this is more of like a spaghetti soup. What I'll do though is I will add a little bit more black pepper. As I told you, I like to add some more like at the very end. So maybe like a teaspoon of black pepper. Now I left the whole Instant Pot dirty, but you know, it's life. Alright, so it's been a few hours. It is tea time. I'm having some organic chai tea. Gonna have some bonsai with it. If you live in Australia, you know bonsai is the best soy milk on the market. It is delicious. Now, to go with my tea, I'm gonna have this chocolate biscuits. Pretty delicious. They are actually like 69 cents from Aldi. I know, right? 0.5 star rating. But you know what? I don't care. It's a treat. So yeah, that's what we're having. I don't know if I'm gross, if I'm the only one that does this, but I love soaking my cookies on hot drinks. These cookies are the best. The best. They're so like decadent and chocolatey, but then they're vegan and they're so cheap. Life's great. Alright guys, so as it was to be expected, I am having the same spaghetti for dinner. It's actually way better now than it was for lunch. Obviously it's cooled down, so the sauce just thickened a lot more. It's delicious. I just put a little bit of ketchup, just like tomato ketchup, and some nutritional yeast, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Isolation / quarantine calls for Netflix marathon, and I am watching Glee from the beginning. I'm enjoying that so much. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and have dinner. I think this will probably be my last meal of the day, but I'll definitely check in with you later. See ya.